Okay, so it is spring break and I've got a major project that I'm going to try to do. We want to fix up the pond so it looks nicer, especially on the edges. You can see back here, especially on this side, on the back end of the pond, that's where the elephant ear was, and it used to drape over the edge of the pond. But now that it's gone, you can see just how kind of, it looks like a shack. It looks like somebody threw up a shack in the middle of the woods, and it doesn't look good. So we want to fix that. And then we just want to fix some other little things here and there for it with the pond. So what we're going to do is we're going to empty the pond. We're going to get all the fish out. There are the aquatic turtles are in there somewhere. So we're going to get them out too. We'll relocate the box turtles. The box turtles are over there in the dry area. So we'll have to locate them so I don't accidentally step on them while I'm working in there. But anyway, we're going to empty the pond out. We're going to try to save as much water as we can. So I got some big bins, and I got my big Walmart bins that I'll fill up with the water so that we're just not wasting water. So that's the project for today, maybe for the next couple days, working on the pond and making it look nicer. Hey there all. So this is what the pond looks like when it's drained and taken apart. So I got all the wood taken down, except for that's like the little blocking wood area to keep the turtles from coming out the back end of the pond. So you can actually see the original dimensions of the original pond. So that's where the waterfall used to fall into, that area right there, and then it would go down the stream that I built, and then it would dump into the little deep end down here on this area. So so the idea is we want to keep it shallow around the edges so that we can put our marginal plants, and then we want to make it just maybe a little bit deeper in the middle for the lilies and for winter. So winter, when that comes around again, it'll be a little bit deeper for the fish so that they can stay safe. Although apparently 16 inches was enough to keep them safe this year. So anyway, that's what it looks like. And I'm going to take up the this is the original liner. The other liner is out there, and I'm going to have to clean that as good as I can. So that's going to be a chore. So but anyway, we're going to take up this old liner too, and eventually we'll put it back down, and it will be the base of the new pond. So anyway, that's what it looks like. Good morning, everybody. So this is March 16th. This is day 2 of the pond remodel. So you can see that I redug the pit for the pond, and what I did is I put a couple different levels in there. So there's a real deep end in the middle. That's probably about 2 feet or more, and then I've got some ledges at different heights around it. I do have to check out the marginal plants, the bog plants, to see how high they are on it. But I did lower the wood wall. So the plan is I'm going to when I put the liner in, I'm going to drape the liner over the edge of the wood so that you won't see the wood anymore. You'll just see the liner. And then eventually what I'd like to do is probably take like the cinder blocks and then backfill dirt all the way around it. And then maybe put some flagstone on top of that so that it's stone lining all the way around. So anyway, that's kind of the plan right now. The next thing I'm going to do right here is I'm going to line it with sand. I got some sand donated to me, some local Port Lavaca sand. And so I'm going to put a little thin layer of it in there to give it a little base, give it a little cushion for the liner. I'm going to use the old liner out there in the yard. I'll use the old liner, the original liner, to line the bottom, because you can see there's lots of roots in there. That's from that live oak tree right there. That thing spreads out its roots really big. Anyway, you can see that it is raining or misting anyway, of course. Cinco is, he's making sure that the fish are safe. The fish would probably be really happy to get back into the water. You can see I did save as much water as I could. So anyway, that's what it looks like right now, and we'll get back to work here. All right, so I got about 1 inch to 1 inch and a half of sand lining the bottom of it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the very old liner, which you can see Cinco is protecting, and we're going to put it on the very bottom. Again, just a little more protection from any of the roots that are down there. But luckily, the kind of soil that we have here is like very like clay, and so what I was able to do is anywhere where there was a kind of really big thick root that was still poking out a little bit, I just packed that clay around it to dull it and make sure it's not going to poke through the liner at all. But anyway, this is what it looks like so far with the sand lining it. Okay, so this is what I got so far. Got the waterfall set up, and so it's got all kinds of biomaterial in there that's supposed to be filtering the water. You see the water's really dirty right now, but that's because I've been walking around in it with my dirty feet, trying to place the plants. But you can kind of see where I put the plants. We got the 2 irises in there. The shorter one's the Elvis iris over there, and then the taller one's the unknown iris. We got the zebra rush, and then the horsetail rush. We got the parrot feather right there, and then we got the Colorado lily. We got the pennywort. We got the pickerel rush that I've always had, kind of raised, and then there's another pickerel rush over there that I've had, and then that's the cardinal plant over there. So what I have left to do now is I need to come through here on this side with the cinder blocks, and I need to level this out. So I got plenty of dirt over there to level that out. And then what I'm going to do on the back side is I'm going to backfill with dirt over here on this side, and then I'll plant. I got some wildflower mix, and so I'll just plant some wildflowers back there and put down rock and see what grows. And then on the back side I'll do the same thing. I'll just backfill all that dirt right there. I'll backfill that behind the wood support right there, and then eventually I'll probably put either some kind of flagstone on top of it, or I got plenty of pea gravel and rock that I can put over there on that side. So still lots of stuff, and still lots of the fish aren't in there yet, and the floating plants aren't in there yet. I was kind of waiting to try to skim it maybe one more time, or get any other leaves out of there. So you can kind of see all the stuff that's been going on. Cinco's been a great help. You can see there he's been very excited during the whole thing, haven't you, Cinco? So anyway, that's what we got going on, and so we're almost done with this whole remodel. I like the way these cinder blocks are lined up right here, and they're just over the lip of the wood, so it kind of hides everything, which is what it needs to do, because you can kind of see in this back corner how ugly it is. You see how huge this waterfall is. It's supposed to be in the ground, and then you're supposed to build rock around it. But again, you know, I'm not building something like that yet. Maybe someday when I have my own house. But anyway, that's what it's supposed to be, under the ground a little bit, and then it's supposed to fall down. You're supposed to build like a stream or river to it. But what I've got going on is the way it's situated is that it's going from the shallow end, and then it's going right to the deep end, and then the pump is located over there on that end, and it's raised up just a little bit so it doesn't get any of the major debris that goes to the bottom, but it'll catch any debris that it catch, like the light debris, it'll catch and go up there to that side, and then it'll pump it over here. And you can see how much it's pumping. It's doing a great job pumping water. So real happy with that's the Aquascape Biofalls, and then there's an Aquascape pump over there, and I think that one's the one that's supposed to pump like 1,000 gallons. And I think it's supposed to turn the pond over like 5 times in 1 hour. It's supposed to be like 5,000 gallons in 1 hour. So not too bad. You can still see that there's some wrinkles in the liner, but oh well. I don't think there's any way to put a liner in a pond like this that's raised above the ground. I don't think there's any way to do it without getting a bunch of wrinkles in it. But I hit them as good as I could. And then once I put the cinder blocks up, and if I put flagstone on top of it, or even if I put like moss roses or something like that in it, so that it's draped over, it'll actually end up, I think, looking pretty good. I think. We'll see. You can kind of see those big plants. I don't know what those are, but they are growing already. So those things, I cut those things all the way back, and they are already, look, they're already growing so well right now. So what I'm gonna do is probably take out that elephant ear right there, get rid of that. And I'll put in I'll backfill that with dirt, And then what I'll end up doing is probably I have some wildflower seed that I'll put on there and see if I can grow some bluebells or things like that, whatever is native here in Texas. So we'll see if we can get anything to grow. But anyway, that's what it looks like right now. Okay, so this is after a full day of work around the pond trying to fix things up. So you can kind of see that I got everything pretty much the way I kind of want it, at least for right now. So the back side, I put some old gravel that I had back there. You can even see this, I even have some blue sand from fish tank in there. So that was some old gravel that I had, and then I dumped a bunch of other old gravel that I had too. I still have a bag of pea gravel that I didn't even use last year that I had bought, so I'll probably bring that out here too. On the back side over there, I planted some Texas wildflowers, just wildflower seed, just dumped it all over that hill that I ended up with, and we'll just see if anything grows there. If nothing grows there, that's okay, I guess. But so that's right there. You see I got all the plants, and I got the driftwood back in there. The fish are back in there. You can't really see them very well, but the water's still cloudy from all the moving around and everything, but I can see them a little bit. I can see their shadows, but hopefully tomorrow or the next day the water will be clear enough where we can see them. So anyway, this is the cinder blocks I got surrounding it. What I'll probably do is see if I can find some cheap flagstone. That would probably be the best to put it on there. You see Cinco is helping by flattening the sand that I put down. And then what I did is I have these little decorative bricks, and I lined that down the side there. And I don't know if I'll take it out any further, but we'll see. I still haven't put in any of my big rocks in there. We'll wait on that until the water gets clear, and you can see the big piece of flagstone that I used. And there's the cube that I built. You see I did spray paint it black so you can't see it. So eventually what I'll do is once the water gets clear, I'll probably move it back inside to a spot somewhere in there where the fish can hide underneath it. I'll probably build another cube and put it under that piece of flagstone so that it's flat or flush to the edge of the pond. And then that way, if and when I do put the turtles in there, the turtles can climb out, and then they can climb in and out easy now. So they might not even need the little help anymore. So anyway, that's what it looks like. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything with the waterfall. I don't think I'll put any rock around it or anything like that, just because it's too big. And the more rock I get, the more rock I've got to carry around. So I'm not going to do that. But anyway, the floating plants all look pretty good. The marginal plants look nice. We might need to repot them a little bit. I know that like this pickerel rush, that thing probably needs, there's two of them in there, and I probably need to move one of them to a different pot. And then this one also has got two of them in there. And so it would probably help if I moved it to another pot also, and then I can move it around to a different spot in the water pond. Anyway, that's what it looks like. That's about a 2-day, that was a 2-day project, and I'm pretty tired, so probably gonna go in and watch TV or come out here and just sit and listen to the water. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. So good morning. It is Friday, March 19th. It's the day before spring. But anyway, this is what the pond looks like. This is Friday. So it's had Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and almost Friday, to get clear. And so you can see the water is really clear now. We got the fountains working, the waterfall's working. Put one of the rocks back in. I'm going to put that rock in over there on that end, and it'll be act like a little ledge. I just got done spray painting one of the PVC pipe cubes, so that will be going in next. So I'll be the next thing to go in. But anyway, see the aqua plants, the floating plants are in. I think you can see the koi and the goldfish down at the bottom swimming around. It's kind of actually cold today. It's only 50 degrees right now. It's almost 11 o'clock, but anyway, the fish don't move around a whole lot when it's cold like that. So anyway, they're reserving their energy, but they'll start swimming around later in the day when it gets up to 70 like it's supposed to. They'll start swimming around a bit more. But anyway, the plants look pretty good right now. So anyway, this is what it looks like 3 days later.